Hey, what's up, what's up? Thanks for tuning in to GVTV. And all. What? This one I've been waiting on. I've been delaying. Now that I'm in my new form, I forgot, not even forgot. I just, I grew up in the hip hop era. I'm in 80s I came through, and I came through with all the hip hop. I got to catch the tail end of the origination of the hip hop. Then I got to catch the hardcore gangster hip hop. Then I was involved when they started switching over with the pop hip hop. So I got to see all the different ones. Now, I should have did this a long time ago, but I didn't. So now here it is. Hip hop is in a state of fucking emergency. Do you hear what's going on? Y'all really need to, people be like, well, you don't listen to that stuff no more. See, nah. I never been a fan of popping no mollies. I never been no fan I never been no fan of people faking out there doing talking about all that shit. But what's funny is I tell people I was living the shit that they rapping about. The women, the cars, the jewels, you know what I'm saying? Not mollies though, cause I never fucked with that. See, I had stopped right before that era. I was like, man, I listen to old shit. But then when I really was breaking down listening to these artists, I was like, yo, actually I did do a video on hip hop and shit, music. So, but this is different because it's just I'm thinking all I'm saying is be aware of what people are listening to around you. We got we get into these zones where we just think it's just music, but it really vibrates on what we doing. Matter of fact, since I thought about that, man, I'm not even gonna do this one really about music, because I talked about music. Well, I was tripping I ain't talked about hip hop, but hold up. Because hip hop is really hip hop is still very useful. Music is in our spirit, our blood, nature, anything. You hear that? I think that's the locust in the background. That's a musical. Even the nature musical. Those is tones. You can hear in songs where they use nature sounds, and they flip those into music. So it's just but. It's man, they really doing a number on y'all out there, and y'all don't see it, and y'all think it's just for play. Nah, because y'all just let y'all kids or y'all let y'all people, or I'm gonna speak to parents, y'all just let y'all kids just put on, as long as they got their headphones in and they ain't bothering you, and you got peace of mind, you thinking it's all good, but you're not seeing what effect that has on them. It's well, I can't worry about all of that, G, but you need to. Cause I still say it, but I need to be correcting myself, because it's not distractions. What it is, it's residual effects on people. Say something happens to you, once that leaves an impression on you. Once you hear something, it leaves an impression on you. Now you might say, well, if you hear one rap song in your lifetime that talks about raping women, popping mollies, robbing people, you know what I'm saying? I'm down to die for my chain, fuck that nigga up, what you gonna do when a rich nigga wants you, no new friends. When you hearing those type of lyrics over and over and over, that shit fucks with you. It leaves an impression on you, kind of like if you drop a pebble into a water. It leaves an impression. Now, once it ripples out, it'll even itself back out, but that impression, that it will still have effect of that for that moment. Now, if you keep dropping pebbles in the shit, it's just gonna keep going over and over and over, and you just be like, man, nah, that don't affect my world. So I'm just saying, well, think about the other people. You gotta grab these youth. You gotta say, hey, you gotta substitute. This is what is it? Alchemy 101 or whatever. The first rule is the law of equal and opposite exchange. So if I have something over here and I take it out your hand, I gotta put something over here of the same. It's gotta replace with something of equal opposite. Equal equivalent. So basically, say for water, say for something to drink, and you drinking Pepsi or sodas, and I'm like, yeah, son, you don't need to be drinking them sodas. This shit is deadly. They fucking up all your body. They corroding your shit. It's like pouring fucking battery acid in your shit. It's yo, you got all of that. You got all of that sugar. You got all of them other substances. You don't even pronounce half of them joints up there. Or you can have this glass of alkalized water that's been purified and filtered and everything, and that's it. Now, if you got this and I just take the soda from you, you're going to still be thirsty. So I got to replace it with something, which is the water. And that's the same thing. Don't just take the music from them, replace it with something, some alternative healthy shit, some alternative healthy music that they can vibe with still, you know. So you got to find it. Now it's going to be, there's issues because everybody want to be like, well, I'm not current and I'm not cool and I'm not like doing everything else would do. But man, those people, and it's the same old sayings old heads was telling you. If everybody else jumping off the bridge, you gonna jump too. You know what I'm saying? If everybody else jumping off the building, you gonna jump too. I mean, you could still be cool and unique in your own way, but following everybody else because they doing that, that's just not gonna get you. That's, I mean, and what you want to call heaven, that's not gonna, I mean, though the vibrations that they sending through them waves is not intended for you to get to heaven. If you talking about shit like, yo, yeah, shit, another nigga gon' fuck with me, I'ma put that nigga under the earth, I'm killing motherfuckers. What? Like, if that's what your shit you talking about, killing people, raping people, robbing niggas, getting people for their money on my mind. Even the women, like, oh, okay, like, women is like money. But that's all I'm focused on. Nigga, what's your credit score? What's your bank account? Nigga, what kind of car you drive? Like, yo, it's not about what your morals are. What do you believe about this? What are you doing to help society? What are you contributing to the environment? Nobody asks them type questions. Don't nobody even think about shit like that. They just be like, yo, what you got? You know what I mean? What you got and what can I get from you? Not let's build some stuff together. So really focusing on how music, but hip hop is in state of emergency. Like, I even heard the term culture vultures, where like CEOs of real them industries, those record labels, like those high dollar ones that are making millions and millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars. Hundreds of millions of dollars. Now look at your bank account, and they're making hundreds of millions of dollars, and they're not like the CEOs. They're not in hip hop. They don't come. You don't see them at no events. You don't see them unless they're money. But you don't see them helping people in the community. Hundreds of millions of dollars, and they're not reinvesting that money in the community. They'd rather spend it on taking jets, Maybachs, super spending sprees. I'm not even gonna shop out the stay all them brands, but you know them high dollar brands that you can't afford, but you supporting their dreams, and they're not reinvesting in the community. Like, support people that are reinvesting in your community, like, cause that's who's affecting you. Like, imagine like if we all gave up $5 to somebody. It's 20 of us, and we all gave them $5. That's $100. And then we give it to somebody within our community that's promoting positive things and growth in our community, then we're getting that back. But see, what you're doing is you're taking more than $5. Like, concert tickets is fucking outrageous. But you're taking more than $5, and then you're investing in that, and then they're not giving you nothing back, nothing in your community. Actually, they're giving shit. No, let me not say that. Because remember, alchemy and the law of equivalent exchange. No, they're giving something in your community, but it's negative shit. Like, it's talking about, it's shit to make you think like, oh man, they're not helping you out, and you thinking, well, they're making me feel good because they're fucking with the tones in your body. Like, they know rhythms, they know the African rhythms and the beats and the drums and how all of that plays a part in what you do. Like, there's always, like, you can be not hearing nothing and have a song in your head and hum in your head. So they're not reinvesting in your community. Culture vultures is what they calling them out there. They raping, they pillaging. Same thing, I guess, that dude who came over here in 1492 was doing. But same thing, they raping, they pillaging, but they doing it off your community. And then same thing they do in Africa with all this. I mean, they've been doing it. They're doing the same thing. It's just we're not wising up. You know what I'm saying? And seeing what's going on, we keep supporting the shit. We keep supporting they shit and keep supporting they shit. So now they got $100 million. They doing all of that, but you have nothing. You still ain't came up nowhere. Like, your life actually, if you looked yourself in the mirror for 10 seconds, you might say, I'm not, like, I don't need no song to be on for me to be happy. You know, be the fuck happy. But that's what they got to do. They stringing you along, and you keep supporting it. And then once you really realize, you know, I like to believe it'll never be too late. Like, eventually everyone will get there, but I can't guarantee that. So I'm going hard and saying, get the fuck on your shit. Get the fuck on. Cause think about why it's nobody that's in the not I'm gonna say nobody, but why the majority of people that's in them industries ain't speaking on this shit like this. That's that real shit. Like you can feel it. Like it ain't nothing. I ain't something like it ain't. You can feel it. You know it's real. The stuff I'm talking about. Like why people aren't concerned with what you're doing morally. Why people aren't concerned with what you're, you know what I mean, what you're doing to enhance the environment. People are like, yo, I just want to take. I just want to take from everything I'm doing. Just keep taking, but not looking at like, what can I bring back to the environment? What can I add to the environment? What, like, nah, I'm just going to take and shit. And eventually you're going to run out of shit to take. And then you're going to still have to give. Like, remember, it don't matter. You can take all you want, but you got to give something. You know, eventually. And what they want you to give is your life energy, your life force, because obviously they need you. You don't even know how powerful you are. Like that's sad, because you being hustled. Like I'm just looking at it from a hustler's perspective. That's the ultimate hustle, is like, yo, I get the most powerful people on my team. They don't even know how powerful they are. Then I make it think like they need me when I actually need them. And that's what they got you out here doing. They need you, but you thinking you need them. Say it ain't so, G. I'm getting hustled like that, G. Yeah, but it's alright. It wasn't just you. Don't take it personal. I mean, take it personal to the fact where you got to take a change in your life, but don't take it personal like they only just hustled your ass, because they was hustling. It was a blanket hustle. But you know, we gotta change some things around. Like stop showing up for their shit. Like stop, like you spending hundreds of dollars. You're spending hundreds of dollars to go to a concert and shit, but you won't spend $5-10 to invest in somebody that's doing something in your community. When's the last time, or not even $5-10, you won't even spend time to invest in your community? You know? And that's the shit that's directly affecting you. I'm talking about wherever you live in. So really think about that. Focus on your personal growth, enhancing your community. Look like what you can do for the youth, because they in a super duper state of emergency, because they thinking like, see, we like now I'm grown and older, so now it's like, if I'm just gonna keep playing to it, if I just keep feeding into it, the kids ain't got, they like, yo, my daddy do it. Like I told you before, I'm do it because my daddy do it, and he does it because his daddy do it. So, alright, well, we know we got that influential power. Let's do it on some good stuff, some positive vibes, you know, some uplifting things like that. You know? Sound like something you could get with, then get with it. Stop playing. Like, stop hesitating. Really be on it. The time is now. Always. Time is now. So, alright. Thanks for tuning in to GVTV. Easy though.